of our Lent devotion, 40 Days of Faith. This devotion today is not for children. Howard Storm, poor guy, he had no faith. In fact, he was a college professor that taught art, and he was also an atheist. But he took a trip to Paris one summer that changed his life. He says that he was in Paris, he got extreme pain in the abdomen, he became very sick, was hospitalized, and then he realized he was dying. Kissed his wife goodbye. He heard these voices. He said they spoke in complete English, which he thought was odd, being in France. They said, "Come on, Howard, let's go. Hurry up." He said, "I can't." And they convinced him, "Come on, come on." He said he looked and he saw his body laying under a sheet, but he was out of his body. Nonetheless, he followed these people. He said it was very hazy, and there were more and more of them that kept coming. These were obviously demons. The further they got away, the meaner they got. He got to a place finally of complete and utter darkness. He said there was no love there. There was no hope. He was stripped naked, and they bit him with extra long teeth, and they clawed him with extra long fingernails, and he could feel their breath upon him. He said it was very traumatic for him. But praise God, out of Howard came a voice, and it said, "Pray to God." He hadn't been to Sunday school since he was a child, and he said, "Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death." These creatures did not like that. They said, "I don't know why you believe in God," and they were mocking him and angry. And he realized that was working, and so he continued praying what he could remember. He even sang some of "God Bless America." Before he knew it, he cried out to Jesus. He said, "Jesus, save me." And he saw a little tiny light that became enormous, and it enveloped him, and it took him away from there, from that place, from those demons. And one thing I found interesting was he talked about all of the bright, beautiful colors. As an art teacher, he knows what colors are, and he says that these colors he had never seen before. Well, I have had a dream of heaven. I know what the colors are, and they were colors I had never seen before, very vibrant. Well, Howard says he saw angels there, and they talked with him, and he felt really bad about his life. He knew he had done wrong, that he was a sinner. He said, "I didn't feel like I deserved to be there." But then he was able to confess his sins and was forgiven in this moment. He said he couldn't explain the wonderful ecstasy that he felt of love, God's immeasurable love. The angels, however, told Howard that he could not stay there. He had to go back, and he said he would go back on one condition: if they would stay with him, and they promised they would. And so Howard, poof, came back to life. He was in the hospital, and he was telling everyone, the nurses, his wife, about this great love, and he told them how much he loved them. He had been in the love of God, and he was a changed man. But he said they all laughed at him because they knew how angry he always was before, I guess, and they thought it was ridiculous. But I'm going to come back tomorrow and talk about what happened after he came back from hell and heaven.